Quiet on set. Picture is up. All right, roll sound.
Rolling.
Roll cameras.
Cam's rolling.
And 3, 2.
Hey everybody, what's going on? And welcome to Hank's Think Tank. It's still the weekend and Sunday, so the end of the weekend, but I got a big week coming up. But got a great guest in here today. He's somebody that's going to be familiar to a lot of people and strong in our community. And his name is Trout. And he is running for New Caney ISD Board of Trustees. He's already a trustee in position 6, and he's shooting for his 3rd term. So we're going to ask him a couple of questions and let you guys get to know him and find out if he's the kind of candidate that you want to have on the school board. I think right now the New Caney ISD school board is really strong, and they look good, and they're fiscally responsible, and that's the direction we want to continue to move for. So let's get it on, see what's going on with Ty. Ty, good to have you, man. What's happening?
Thank you very much. Good to be here.
Yeah.
Appreciate you asking.
Hey, no problem. So I want to start out with just, how you ended up in New Caney and Porter and just East Montgomery County. So were you born here? Or?
Yes, sir. Well, I was born in Humble, right down the road. But my parents both graduated from New Caney ISD in 1972. My grandfather and grandmother moved on West Hammond in 61. They built a construction company in 72 with my grandfather and my dad and his brothers. And we've been here ever since. I graduated in 1996. My wife graduated in 97. Both of my kids graduated from New Caney ISD. This is home. This is where we'll be. This is our place. So
you've been out here for the long haul.
For a long haul, yeah.
And you've seen it all change.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what do you think of what's going on now with all the growth and everything?
I love it. I mean, I think it's good for our community. We've always been kind of the small side of East County or the small side of Montgomery County, and now we're getting the representation that we deserve.
Yeah,
so
I think so.
We've got a lot of good people, a lot of good industries.
Yeah,
I love it.
What about the school district itself? I'm sure it's grown like exploded, huh?
The school district itself has grown drastically. When I graduated in 96, I think we were at like 2,500 students. As of this past week, our new total is 18,262 students. So since Beth was on, we've already went over 100 additional students.
Oh, yeah. We're still seeing explosive growth.
Well, it's every week.
Yeah.
They're getting students moving in here constantly, which says a lot for our school district. I mean, it makes me proud that people want to come to be a part of New Caney ISD.
Sure.
So with our CAPE programs, with our sports, with our, all of our campuses are getting better ratings with the TEA testing.
Okay.
So I think it's a real good deal.
Yeah. Is the TEA testing still a pretty big deal?
Yeah, it's still. You still got the STAR testing, and they've got to pass that, and we've got the 45-45 where it helps those students that maybe didn't do as well as they were supposed to.
And what's the 45-45? I'm not familiar with that.
That's something that TA came up with to give us more funding to help those kids get a little more attention, a little tutoring or whatever else to get past that to pass the STAR test.
I bet you I'd have been in that program.
Yeah, I could probably concur with that same statement.
Yeah. So you've already been on the board for 2 terms, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, and you decide to run for a 3rd just because it's working out? Because you're integrated? You like it?
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
It means a lot to me to make sure that all of our kids get the what they need to keep going. Our school district is amazing. I've learned so much in the past 6 years that I had no idea about the school business world. Keeping everything running, with
I bet the growth has brought it out.
Oh, I think the last time we talked about it, since I got on the school board, we've grown 43%.
Wow.
Which is a lot.
Wow, 43%. And that's what, in 4 years?
With 6 years.
6 years?
2-3 year terms, yeah.
God.
So it's growing very fast. Yeah. I know they stated at one point they're expecting us to be at about 27,000 students by the year 2027.
Wow.
Do
you know what the average class size is?
The average class size, depending on high school and down, I think they're around 22 or a few more. Depending.
So it's about what it was when I was a kid. I think that's manageable still.
It's still, we're trying to keep it as low as we can. Teachers, we have the best teachers in the district. We have the best principals in the state. I'm sorry, not the district, in the state. Our principals are the best. I will say that wholeheartedly. I know every one of them. I've talked to them all. They're all about kids, and that's what we want.
That's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
You know? So what about infrastructure problems? I mean, have y'all had any infrastructure problems with growth? I mean, I know that you need to build a couple of new schools.
Yeah.
You must have to at this point.
Well, and we're fixing to start replacing Porter Elementary. Was where I went, where my dad went.
Okay.
A lot of people out here went to Porter Elementary, and it's getting replaced. I know New Caney is up next to get replaced because the buildings are just old. We had sold Kiefer a few years back because it was falling apart. It needed work. We are still having to schedule and plan for more elementary schools. We've got over in the Highlands off of 99, we purchased property over there to build another elementary school in that subdivision. Yeah. We're keeping up, but we have to stay on top of it to keep up. Yeah. Because our schools are built for 1,000 occupants. Mm-hmm. And when you have 900 students, that's your 100 employees.
Yeah, it's not much of a cushion.
Teachers and APs and everything else and principals. Yeah. So, and we're growing fast. We're growing fast.
Yeah. So has it been hard to do things like continue to feed all those kids? And I mean, I wonder, it seems to me like there would have been a lot of changes. You're like, oh man, we got to do something, you know? But I guess those kitchens were built with that in mind to start out with.
The kitchens in those elementary schools were built knowing that that's what the capacity would be. Okay. And our principals and APs do a great job keeping it rolling with the different grade levels. But our nutrition department is a cut above the rest. I mean, we're top notch, and I think they provide good nutritional food for our kids.
I actually missed the food at school. I loved it when I was a kid. Yeah. You know, it's not that my parents didn't cook well, they did. But you know how it is. I mean, you're breaking bread with your friends and you know, there's certain taste to certain things, and it's memories.
Yeah, no, it is. You know? It definitely is.
Yeah, and high school food was awesome.
That's some of the best. It was I know some of the other high schools bring in other places, but our nutrition department does a really good job.
Oh, so. That's great. Okay, so in light of what happened last year at the end of the school year in Uvalde.
Yes, sir.
What specifically is going on in New Caney to prevent something like that? And I know it really can't be prevented because you just never know.
Yeah, you never know.
But I mean, do you think that enough safety is in place? Have y'all got other plans to implement more stuff? And I do know Troy Wooten, he's a great guy. And I think the police force is a good police force. But I guess the citizens want to know that their kids are safe.
Yes, sir.
So what could you say to make them feel better, I guess?
Well, I'll tell you that Chief Wooten is doing a great job.
Yeah.
And we are fighting to get officers on every campus. That's their home campus. They don't leave. When the first bell rings to the last bell rings, and they're there. Okay. I know we've hired the last two that we're looking for to have an officer on every campus. Mm-hmm. They're finalizing their trainings and their certifications, and every campus will have an officer on site. Yeah. Officer Wooten is, he's doing a great job with our security, and Paul Batchelder. I don't know if you know.
I know Paul. Yeah, he's a good guy too.
Paul is with our safeties and securities. He is doing a great job this year of going around, and they're sending normal people out there to go check the doors. And our principals and APs and officers that are on campus are doing a great job of making sure every door is shut and latched, where there's only one way in and one way out. For anybody that's not an employee of the district, or they don't have the badge reader, they come into the front of the school, and it's pretty much they're in a lockbox, like a vestibule, to where they come in and they have to talk to the receptionist. But now even the receptionist has a divider in between him or her and the parent or person trying to come in.
Yeah, so you got to be cleared before you can even get in.
Right. So
wow, I can't believe it's come to that. You know? I mean, when I went to high school, I bet that school had 1 million doors, and every one of them was wide open. Anybody could walk through there.
New Caney High School, where I graduated, they had, I don't know, it's like 10 doors front and back. Yeah. You walk in any door, you get in, hurry up, over. I'm late to class, so I'm gonna run in the back door over here. It's not that way anymore. You have to go to the front. Yeah. It's
too bad, but it's good though.
Yeah, we have to take care of our kids.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Has there been anything in your term so far that you've been instrumental in implementing that you've been especially proud of?
Well, lowering the tax rate, the M&O tax rate, we've dropped 14% since I've been on the school board.
Yeah, see, I don't know how y'all done that and continue to grow with a lower tax rate. That's crazy.
We've cut corners. Or not cut corners. Let me rephrase that. We have made it where we're looking at our expenditures a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
We have some of the best people in the industry in finance.
Just streamlined it.
Yes, she is. Brandy does a great job making sure. And she's on top of us. She's on top of every school, everything we do, and we still have a balanced budget, and we're even having excess. So in the places we're good, we have it to where if we no longer got money from the state, I think we're still up to 3 months that they can take care of our people.
Wow.
So I mean that's a good deal. That's a big deal to me.
That's crazy. Yeah.
That you can still take because I run my own business and that's hard to do.
Yeah.
That's
it
very
really
hard
is.
to do.
It's tough to get there.
Yeah, and but she takes care of the school district, and Matt Calvert, he was in finance before he became a superintendent, and he's very strong in that aspect, and that's what he wants.
I haven't met him, but I've heard a lot of good stuff.
He
about
is a
Matt.
good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's the best thing for New Caney ISD right now.
That's great.
So
yeah,
and he's all about his people.
And it's got to be hard to step into a situation that's got this kind of growth and it's weird because East County is different than most places that you would live because it's full of independent cities.
Right.
You've got Porter, New Caney, Roman Forest, Splendora. I mean,
right.
and everybody's trying to do their own thing.
Right.
And I think eventually we're all going to have to somehow, come together. But
I think
it's weird.
In all honesty, I think we do a pretty good job of it.
Oh yeah,
of it,
it's been great so far.
Porter, New Caney, and the kids from Wood Branch and Roman Forest all go to New Caney ISD schools. So, it's really good. And back to the safety aspect of it, our Chief Wooten has really opened it up a little to the other outside law enforcement agencies. I will say that this year, especially after the tragedy in Uvalde, that we had other law enforcement entities on our campuses at the start of school. So
that's a good thing.
It was a really good deal.
Yeah, that's a great thing. So after you're reelected, what would you like to see? Is there any plans for something that you think, hey man, this is my pet project, I want to take it on? And
right now I don't have a whole lot. I mean, I'd like to see New Caney High School have the same, like the CAPE program or the baseball fields. I'd like to see those other things moved to the same site. So those kids aren't having to travel to Don Ford and that type of deal, because we've been lucky with really nobody being injured having to drive their own car from the high school to Don Ford. So, and I think it's coming. We purchased the property across the street, across Eagle Drive, and we got a good deal on that property, and so it was we're gonna move the baseball fields over there, and it'll be good for those kids to be able to be a lot safer getting across Eagle Drive than across 99 and 59. So
okay, cool. So when you're not a board member, what do you do for a living?
I'm a dirt contractor. I own Trout Construction along with my sister, and my grandfather and his sons started Trout Construction back in 1972, and we've kept it going and carrying on. And we build apartments and nursing homes and all over Houston, the Houston area, and some in East County, but. They're starting to come this way, so the growth is still coming up here.
That's for sure. So
you
do dirt work and concrete work, I guess?
Mostly dirt and underground utilities.
Yeah.
We will attack a small concrete job here and there. But
I think most people would be surprised how much goes on with underground utilities.
There's quite a bit.
Big job.
Yeah, there's quite a bit.
Okay. And you're married, have kids?
Yes, I'm married to my wife. We've been married, in February, it will be 25 years.
That's a good long time.
Yeah, she was my high school sweetheart.
Wow.
We both went, like I said, went to New Caney ISD, and she works for the school district. My son is studying construction science at A&M.
Okay.
And my daughter will graduate from nursing school, from St. Thomas Nursing School, December 9th of this year, and I'm proud dad moment. She's already got her first job. They've already hired her to go to Tyler and be a nurse at one of their big hospitals up there in Tyler. So
wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's great. Any hobbies?
I like to deer hunt, go fishing.
There you go.
I love those things.
Those are the two things that I think if I start doing it, it's hard to get me to stop.
Yeah.
Especially fishing. I love fishing, but I just never get a chance to go anymore. You like salt or fresh water?
Either. I just like being on the water.
There you go.
I like being in the woods or on the water. And like my wife says, my kids were big in the Cape program, so I always had cattle ever since I was a kid. I raised cattle, and I have 2 longhorns on my property now. I just go out and sit and watch them eat. I just enjoy that.
Yeah, it's worth it.
It's relaxing. It's relaxing.
Yeah, so. And you got to get as much me time as you can get these days. That's for sure. Okay, so and I know that you're heavily involved in the community. As a matter of fact, I saw you just last evening at the fundraiser for Jace Clendenin.
Yes, sir.
And man, that was a heck of a deal.
Great turnout.
When we pulled up and had to park all the way in the back,
yes,
I knew it was going to be a successful deal.
Yeah, it was a great turnout for that young man. He served our country as a Marine, and I felt it was our right or our duty to help him out with what he's going through.
Well, the cool part about it is the fact that the entire community showed up. At least it seemed that way to me. I mean, everybody who was anybody was there. I was like, wow. I mean, there were some deep pockets there. A lot of good stuff happened.
A lot of money spent for him.
Yeah.
Good deal. And it was all East Montgomery County. There was Splendora.
Right.
There was New Caney, Porter.
Yeah.
Kingwood. There was people from everywhere.
Yeah.
So it was a really amazing sight to see.
It was great. And to know that the community can come together like that for one individual, I mean, where do you get that? You never hear about that in other places.
No, you don't. Yeah,
I think it says a lot about Montgomery County and East Montgomery County especially.
And we're a big town. I mean, we're getting to be a big town, but we still have that small town feel.
Yeah,
we have that small town vibe, that family's first, and that's who matters.
That's it. All right, so I'm the average voter guy. I haven't made a decision yet, but I want to learn more information about you. So where would I go? You got like a Facebook page or any of that kind of stuff?
My Facebook page is Ty Trout, New Caney ISD Board of Trustees.
Okay.
Look it up. It's easy to find. I have my truck from when I was a senior in high school. The same truck, I still have it. So it's a 1972 short bed.
That's awesome. Still run?
Yeah, still runs. So
wow.
I still drive it around.
That's cool.
And then my email is Ty Trout for New Caney, or for Ty Trout for NCISD.com or at gmail.com.
Okay.
I have to get
Ty Trout for NCISD at gmail.com.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's
great.
it.
So there you have it, guys. All right, and you got a phone number or anything, or would you rather not put it out?
I'll put it. I'll answer anybody's questions they want to talk to me. It's 832-373-9414. If you have a concern, call me. I'd love to be able to help you if I can.
Great. Let's talk for just a minute about board meetings.
Okay.
I was looking on the NCISD website, and I was like, wow, I didn't know you guys meet in the community room at Randall Reed.
Yes, sir.
Once a month, I guess.
Once a month. Third Monday of every month.
What about community participation? Is there usually a lot?
There's usually a few. I'd love to see a lot more.
Yeah.
Because, get involved. Come talk to us. Come
Absolutely.
ask
It's
questions.
important.
Yeah. Be great to hear from everybody.
Okay. Fantastic. Well, Ty, I appreciate you coming out, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And,
Thanks for asking.
You have signs?
Yes, I have signs everywhere. If anybody wants a sign,
all you got to do
call
is
me and I'll get it to you.
Okay. And I'll put some more information in the description on how they can go about getting in contact with you and getting signs such and so forth.
Yes, sir.
It's a Sunday, you can tell.
Yeah, it's Sunday.
So there you go.
Right.
All right. Well, anyway, it was good having you in.
Yes, sir.
And good luck in the campaign. I hope it goes well. When's Election Day?
Election Day is November the 8th. It'll actually be my 45th birthday.
Wow. You're thrown into the general election.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. With the governor and everything else going on at the same time.
Have they done the ballot draw already? Do you know?
Yes, we did. Yeah. I'm the first one on the ballot.
First on the ballot.
Yes, sir.
That's nice.
And I know early voting starts October 24th, and it goes all the way through for 2 full weeks, and then November the 8th is Election Day.
Okay. And do you have to be a resident of New Caney to be able to vote in this particular election, or is it New Caney, Roman Forest, and the other?
Yeah, it's anybody in New Caney ISD can vote for me.
Okay.
Vote
so
for
anybody
me
within the
for
ISD footprint.
Yes, within the ISD footprint.
Fantastic. Well, good having you in, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much for asking.
Hey, no problem. All right, guys, there you have it. Ty Trout. This is the guy. So if you got any questions, get in touch with him. Give him a call. I'm going to leave that information in the description of this video. If you have concerns, same thing. And guys, you need to get to know these guys that you're voting for. Don't just vote for a name or a slogan. You need to get in contact with these people. Ask them a question or two and make sure you feel comfortable. Your vote counts, and your vote's important, especially in these school board elections and these smaller municipal elections. These are the things that we can control. We can't control what's going on in Washington, so we got to bring it back home.
That's right.
And have our concerns here. Be educated voters. Make me proud once again. I'm Hank Vatt. This is Hank's Think Tank, and we're gone for the weekend.